I'm now very pleased to introduce our founder and executive chairman, Professor Schwab. Dear Klaus, the floor is yours.
Madam President, dear constituents of the World Economic Forum, dear friends. Today we stand really at a unique juncture in human history, facing challenges that are as diverse as they are profound. The special role of the World Economic Forum is not to look just at one single issue.
Greetings and welcome to this very special report of Unveiling Reality tonight, part of our Open Conspiracies series, Davos 2024, the wrap-up show. I guess I should have called it that. But you know, I can always adjust that later on. Hello all. Let me say hello to the VIPs, and they're in the front row. And guess what? Tonight we have a very special treat. Yes, StreamYard has finally integrated Rumble, and I can do this. Daisy over on Rumble says, hello, Rumble. How about that? And so does fucking Trash and Truce. Shelly says, hey, Daisy, how you doing? Look at this all over there. And she's over there heading to Rumble. Yeah, we're probably going to be doing the old Rumble jump tonight here in a little bit. We're going to kick off here on YouTube. And there's Cool Gamer. Cool Gamer, how's it going? Guess what, Cool Gamer? I'm a Rhea Ripley fan, too. Yes, I think Rhea Ripley's awful. We should talk about Rhea Ripley sometime because I like Rhea Ripley. I'll tell you my favorite part of her show if you say something back. All right. And we got the rest of the crowd rolling in here. Make sure you say hello no matter where you're at on X, Rumble, or YouTube. Yes, because I can see all of it in the chat now. See? Look, there's Daisy over on Rumble blowing kisses to Shelly. See? That is a great achievement here. That means that when we go over to Rumble now, I don't have to put the chat up on the screen anymore to be able to flash your comments. This is going to change everything. It's definitely going to make it better. But tonight we're going to go through Davos 2024. We're going to hit the updates. We're going to see what other creators are saying, journalists that are out there. Some of our favorites will be here tonight and some new ones. And we're going to go through some of the speeches. We're going to do some serious analysis, and we're going to go through some of their charts on their website, and we're going to just break it all down. Yes, and I'm here on a Friday night. Something new. I haven't been out on a Friday night in a long time. And so come what may, we are going to go for it. And I will do I'll do a little bit of time here, and then we'll just go exclusively on Rumble and X so I can get all fired up. And I can say it, tell it like it is. But yeah, we'll start off with some light updates and some things I know will work on this side on all platforms, and then we'll go exclusively to the free speech platforms where we can then let it fly. Let it fly. How's everybody doing out there this evening? Let's have a chat, huh? Let's have a chat. And hey, guess what? Rumble, you could talk all you want because I see. I'm always watching Rumble, but now I can actually just put up your comments on the screen, which is great. This is like, I feel like I'm in a whole new thing here. Like this is super exciting. It's something we've been wanting for a very long time, and now we got it. So yeah, so Davos wrapped up today. Today was the final day. So they were up there plotting and planning the whole week. There's T-Rex from the Rumble side. Woohoo! Look at that. So exciting. So exciting. Yes. We're gonna fill up that Rumble side tonight big time. And if you're over on the Rumble side and a regular and you don't chat much because you know, you don't feel like you're being seen, you are being seen. I guarantee you that. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for me, and make sure that you you follow if you're new or tend to lurk, because your followers are, guess what? We're only 4 followers away from 300. And that means we have come a long ways this year already. Very quickly building the Rumble side up in great ways. And I need to go over to X and grab the shared link, because I always put these in the YouTube description, and I'm going to pin them in the comments here. So we're just walking this one in. I copied the link, and I'm going back over here. Put it over there. All right. Yes, I am super excited about the advancements over on Rumble. I saw it earlier today because I was on Shelly's stream. I popped in there, and we had a great time as always. And I noticed that you could just, as I was setting up this show, that you could you now can add the API key to Rumble and StreamYards, and then select the show. So if you have the show made, you can now do that, and it automatically pops it in just like it does for X and for YouTube. So now everybody's on equal footing. Isn't that great? Sure is. Sure is. And I'm a little lively tonight. It's been a trying couple weeks for myself, as many of you have heard and know. I had a sick kitty, and she didn't make it. A lot of cats don't. It's really hard with cats because they hide their sicknesses until the very last minute, and then it's very hard to treat them. So unless you take them regularly, which you don't know to do because they act perfectly normal, you won't catch a lot of things on time. However, I did everything in my power to try to keep her in this world and make her last weeks on Earth very comfortable and loving. So that's what I did. Now I'm using StreamYards. Yep, they upgraded. They have upgraded. I never used StreamYards to begin with. I always use OBS, a combination of OBS and StreamYards. Thank you, T-Rex. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Well, she's going on to the great pet heaven in the sky, and she will be looking down at all of us and waiting patiently for me to arrive many, many, many decades away. But this is exciting. It's exciting to look at the comments in StreamYards and see everybody there together. I'll tell you what, perfect timing, right? Perfect timing for the new year. Thank you, StreamYards, for the upgrade. We really appreciate it. And for Rumble being ready to help with that upgrade by providing that the API key. So I'm hoping, I guess they were working together. I don't know. However, the coincidence, I mean, the coordination was there, and it all came out perfectly. So yeah, real exciting. So now when we do make our we do part YouTube, those nights that we do that, I don't have to like worry about pulling the Rumble chat up on the screen and then highlighting things with my mouse. Though the workaround was fine as far as I was concerned, but now I can just stay right here in the middle and talk to you guys as we all come rolling in. Yes, we're gonna have a full evening. We got lots to go over. I'm not jumping into it super fast right now, just to let you guys know that are waiting for that part of the show to start. So feel free to jump in, chat, make some comments. I'm just kind of getting all my playlists up here together. I've been making playlists for a couple days now, keeping track of this. Man, I've got some good stuff for you. I tell you what, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this a lot. Let me see. Yeah, so we have a variety of topics. So we're going to go over what some of their key takeaways are, what they really highlight, and you're going to be interested to hear about these highlights because they're really going to affect us big time. What they're focusing on, what they telegraph here at this event, is basically how our year stacks up in terms of what we need to be on defense about. The good thing about it was there were some scorching presentations even at the WEF this year, at Davos this year, that were actually against their agenda. They actually got a voice, right? They weren't blocked out, but they came out there and smoked them, man. I mean, I got some scorchers, man. Telling them, putting them in their place, which is great because they need the pushback because they're actually a very weak group. They're a very rich group. They're very they say, my financially powerful group, right? But as far as their overall makeup goes, they fear the people. They do. We're going to talk about disease X. We should. There was some prep for that as well. There's as we're going through some of this, I'll try to dig up that. I have some stuff on that. I just got to remember where I put it. But yeah, they're already prepping for disease X, as it were. Let's talk about telegraphing, right? I think they're going to pull that shit off again. We ain't doing that. And it's going to come down to us as people to resist the bullshit. But this to say that not everybody that goes to Davos is a super bad guy, right? Not everybody that goes there is some people go there to basically observe, to take in what they're saying, and actually push back on it. That was surprising me. Hold on one second. Had to let my other kitty cat in because it's cold outside, and she's going to probably hear her meowing in the background. Let's see. Come here. You want to talk to everybody? Want to say something? Yeah. What else? What do you think of Davos? What do you think? Yeah, not much to say, huh? All right, get down. All right, meow. All right. So I hope everybody's keeping warm. Yep, and I'm definitely going to be highlighting some redacted coverage. Yes. I'll be talking about their coverage tonight, and also a little bit Benny Johnson, a little coverage from him. I got some coverage from some other places. But I'm also going to go directly to the source too. I'm going to go right to the website, look at what they have up there. We're going to watch the speeches, some of them just on our own without any kind of additional commentary from other people, because I'm trying to do more of that myself. But I do appreciate, because I am, like I said, I'm a media analyst. I'm not a quote unquote journalist, right? I'm a media analyst. I analyze media, the media coming from journalists and other sources. That's what I know how to do. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And I also have some, I'm talking about some really burning criticisms as well of this stuff. So let's see where to start. Man, and they really go all out. I'm looking at the stuff on their website here, the PDFs they put out and so on. They really go all out in this stuff. And some of the points they make in this stuff and on their website, it's just so blind, right? You're gonna listen to this, be like, man, you guys are talking about yourself. Wow, that lady's crazy looking. Most people here are. But there was a lot of good pushback for this year But their top priorities are very, very telling of what we'll probably be facing this year and what we got to resist. However, at the end, the good news is there's some solutions in here. There's some solutions. Hey, Arlene, how you doing? Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here this evening. We got a lot in store for you. Let's see. The WEF has been fun this year. So glad many creators are covering it, bringing light to darkness. Right? Yes, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Look at T3. Member for 9 months. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, I'm not finished with that. I'm not finishing that. Time flies when you're having. Oh, I got you. I'm not finishing that. Gotcha. Okay. I think I know what you mean. I think I know what you mean. All right. I hope you guys like the T-Rex. Did you catch the new the trailer over on Rumble? Did you catch the intro? I hope you did. It's the T-Rex is the winner of the trailer dance off, but we had a highlight of that. We'll see how many different places T-Rex can dance this year. That might be one of the goals we have. So yeah, a lot of people were there this year, including a lot of world leaders. Zelensky was there. They had Li Quan of China. He's the premier of the People's quote unquote not a republic of China. Ursula von der Leyen, president of the European Commission, was there. The dance off. Did you like the intro, Daisy? Yeah. T-Rex, did you see it? He might be driving. He might have to take his time giving responses. Because he's T-Rex trucking. He's carrying goods all across the land so that we all have important things to eat and purchase. So he's part of the supply chain that keeps America great and make one of the greatest places on earth to live. Also there was Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani, Prime Minister and a Minister of Foreign Affairs for Qatar. Pham Man Chan, Prime Minister of Vietnam. I don't think I'm pronouncing any of these right. Bishr Hana Al Qawazakan, Prime Minister of Jordan. So a lot of world leaders here, and just bought in. But there was some people that went there and were there specifically to push back, like Javier Milei. Yes, Milei. Javier Milei, president of Argentina, the new president of Argentina. This guy is very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, I know that there's a lot going on. It's a Friday night. Usually the weekends we take the weekend off from the serious stuff, but this stuff's important, and it is the last day of it, so we need to jump out there and cover it. I know usually a lot of people go over to some social hours that happen on YouTube, and if that's what you want to do tonight, that's great. You can always catch the replay here and on Rumble and X. But I do encourage you to take some time to check out the information I'm going to provide for you tonight, because this is what really counts. 2030 is only 6 years away, and if you want to be around for that, you'll need to know what's going on with these guys and join the fight to be part of the solution. You'll need to educate yourself and come up to the table and say no. Start the resistance. Hey, there's Arlene over on the Rumble side. See, you found it. Yeah, see, I can do this now. I can put your chats up from Rumble. I like Rumble better, but I couldn't find it here at first. All right. So did you just join? If you just joined, that means that we are only 3 away from 300. And I hope that more will start partaking in the Rumbleness that is going on here. I see people dipping out, in and out, in and out. I hope you guys will stick around, because actually what we're going to do here on YouTube anyways, right, is we're going to see to say actually, okay, so it's still not showing me the viewer count from Rumble yet. I'm sure that's a little add-on they'll have eventually. That's fine, because I can always click over to Rumble and look at the count over there. We got 14 watching on Rumble. See, Rumble is where the serious people hang out. That's where the people, serious people, hang out. And I think I'll spend the first few moments here talking about something I didn't talk about last night, so that we can give everybody a little bit of time to YouTube and before we head on over to exclusively Rumble and X, because I want to be as free speech as possible tonight. But I think I want to talk about this. This is like this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. It's a new concept, you know. So it's something that really I got to find a place for it on the board. But it's called the surrendered mindset. Okay. And here's what the surrendered mindset is. Okay. You see this all the time, by the way. You see this all the time and you catch the attitude, but I want you to pay close attention to it, especially this year, especially with your awareness, your understanding of the world. Because people that hang out in this crowd, that stay in this crowd, yes, we are going to do we're just depart YouTube, because we're already on X, we're already on Rumble. We got one watching over on X, but that's going to be growing as the year goes on. We got 6 on YouTube, and we got 14 on Rumble. That's the count as we stand. And I'm sure the Rumble will go up as we go along. I see it's already up to 15. There you have it. And thank you for everybody that comes and participates on Rumble, because Rumble is where the real serious crowd is. And though they don't speak as much, I want to bring as much of the serious crowd that's here on YouTube, as many people in the scene that are serious about saving their lives, saving the children's future, saving the country. The people that are serious about it, that understand it, their survival instinct is kicked in. They are free and clear of all distractions and all mind control, and they are ready to do what it takes. And they realize they don't have to be in fear. They don't have to live in fear, right? But that's part of what the surrendered mindset is. That we basically, within our own groups of people, have to combat this surrendered mindset. This is the hopeless mindset. Like, they're an awareness, but they've decided just not to do anything about it, or they decided to check out on it, or they decided that they're just going to run and hide in a hole somewhere while everybody else does the heavy lifting for them, you know. And that's fine. We don't need people like that in the way of things. And that's all I ask, is that the people that have the surrendered mindset, like, okay, I know everything's corrupt. I know they're all this and that, so I'm just going to check out. Right? I'm just going to go hide in my hidey hole and check out, and mentally and physically, from any type of responsibility or accountability. And I'm not going to help those that are actually trying to protect the children, save themselves, save the country, save their families, and stop this horrific future these global elitists have in mind for us. You know, that's a surrendered mindset. Like, they understand and they've heard enough to know. You know, because people aren't stupid. I mean, a lot of people aren't stupid. Some people are very, very stupid, you know, and you know, some people are just hold on real quick. Okay, and some people are just flat out. You know, but we got to deal with that, because it only took 10% to win, to change this country from one of tyranny into one of freedom, and then everybody else just, you know, jumped in at the end there, right? But the American Revolution only took 10 to 30. I was thinking it was 10 to 13% or something like that to do the work, the groundwork, to fight against tyranny in order to catalyze the revolution that gave us this beautiful and wonderful country, right? That's all it took. Hey, there's Jacob. Look at this, Jacob. Look at this. You're up on screen from the Rumble side. Isn't this great? It's a celebration. And $10 super chat to celebrate from Shelly, aka Talking Trash and Truths, aka Shelly, to celebrate Rumble making a much needed improvement. It's about time. Yeah, Rumble. I think really StreamYards too. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg there, but it definitely was a beautiful thing. And now I feel complete. I feel complete. And so let's celebrate. Thank you so much for that, Shelly. Spicy J, Rumble Rocket. Get the Rumble Rocket blasting off. I think people are getting excited about it because I'm seeing a lot more people kind of coming over to Rumble. And make sure that if you don't have an account yet, please do. If you're on the Rumble side, I see 15 in there. Please give me a thumbs up. That helps everything. Let's see where are we at on that. We're up to 4 thumbs up, and okay, we're at 296 followers. We got just 4 more until we hit the magic 300. Magic 300 is going to be awesome. And then then we're focusing on 500. We're going to get to 500 and beyond. In fact, I think we can even get to 600 this year. I like to see us really fly out and take off on Rumble. I'll continue to do things to help that happen. But I love looking out in the comments on StreamYards and seeing that the more and more Rumbles coming through than the YouTube chats. It's really, really exciting. I know that's a Rumble rant is like a super chat, only you get a higher percentage. I don't even know if those will come through on the Rumble side, if it'll come through in StreamYards or not. Someone might have to test that out. But the yeah, that's what it is, a Rumble super chat. There you go. So yeah, the surrendered mindset, right? Is people who'd rather check out than step up. And I'm okay with that as long as they don't step in the way, right? As long as they're not part of the problem, because then you're just working for the establishment. And that's the problem with the surrender mindset. You basically said, okay, come take me, global elitist, come take me, I surrender, right? And people have their free will. They have their freedom of choice. I believe in that. But the problem is when people that are surrendered become part of the establishment, right? Because they definitely are helping them out in a sense of not during the numbers of resistance, right? They're not in the resistance to that. They're not part of the anti-establishment per se, right? Now they may vote the right way, which is great. That's the help. They vote for Trump this year. They'll be helping the anti-establishment. Thumbs up to you, surrendered, right? But you just imagine these people with white flags waving over their head. I surrendered. They're walking around. They don't show up to surrendered. She doesn't know what that word is. I don't either. Never have, never will. But that's what I've been talking about, the surrendered mindset, right? They'd rather just, it's kind of like if you knew in their minds, like, the end of the world's coming, so I'm just going to party, or I'm just going to not pay attention to it. And then when it happens, I'll just scream and die in agony. But hey, there's Alexander. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? All right. Yeah, we're winning over here. That's sure. That's for sure. That's what it's about. All of us. Winning reality is just an idea. A great idea. One you should subscribe to and follow on Rumble, like the old Omni Coalition has. And you see Omni, we can now do screen. We can now pull up the comments in the screen from Rumble. We're all excited about that tonight. Yep, I'm doing all right. We got through the hard times, and we're living in acceptance, and we are moving forward. Yep, that's what we're doing here. We'll make it awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. So a little bit more on the surrender mindset. It's just that, and I want to point it out because, like I said, we got 6 years till 2030, and I would like to see this, and I hope this happens, and I think it can happen. This is why I'm excited about it, and I want people that live in fear to understand something. You don't have to. You have people, you have communities, you have places that will be the tip of the spear for you, right? You don't have to risk anything. You just have to not get in the way, right? In fact, if anything, if you can't do it yourself, help promote those who can. Help promote those who do, because that could be your contribution, right? And then you're not such a surrendered person at that point. But there's a lot of people out there who think they got it figured out, but then they don't do anything about it, right? Even if they do, or they think that the solution is just to check out and they've already lost or hopeless. And you might as well just go vote. You might as well just vote Democrat or something. That's really where you're at this point, if you believe that. If you're not willing to fight for your life, for survival, for your right to party, because If you don't, all these things you think you have right now will go away. Promise you that. These guys don't want you to. These guys don't want you to. These guys we're talking about tonight, they don't want you to thrive and survive. They want you to own nothing and be happy. They want you to eat crickets instead of steak. Right? They want you to be ambiguous. You know, to live an ambiguous life. They want you to come to them to ask permission to have children, if you're even eligible to. Maybe you have a bad gene or something. Maybe you have something undesirable that they do not want out there in the population of their beautiful utopian, dystopic, stakeholder capitalism future for you, right? Stakeholder capitalism, of course, we know means that they're in charge and you do what they say. And they are progressing every day. Yep, just say no to crickets in the food. That's right. Chitin is crap. They want you to do that kind of stuff though. They want you to surrender. They want you to just roll over and show your belly and pee on yourself like a little beagle dog who's all excited. You know, and a lot of people do that. There's a lot of people doing that right now as we speak. And there's a lot of people that are going to be doing that later on this evening and on and on and on and on. Right. And, you know, I can entice you with a keg party. Right. I can entice you with a good band. I could say, I got a killer party. Let's just go party and forget about doing anything. Someone will take care of it for us. Right. Or it won't be that bad. We'll learn to adjust. Society, we're going to all push back. I'll just wait for the signal. Well, the signal's here. Signal's here. Right. There are solutions. And a big solution is going to be coming at the end of this year. And I think closer we get to the end of the year, the more we're going to hear about it. I hope so. If not, I'm going to start making some noise about it. So at least we can get some answers. And I hope that you guys will join me in that noise making should we need to do it. That's why we need to stick together and talk about it and always have a time every week, some time you put aside every week to educate yourself and to talk about solutions, right? This is going to be an education solution kind of talk tonight. And we're going to go through a lot of the speeches that they gave. Not all of them. I'm not going to bore you to death with a bunch of this crap, this smoke blowing, but I'm going to hit the key points, right? And I'm going to hit the key speeches, and I'm going to show you some speeches that are going to make you mad, some that are going to make you real excited, right? Because I've been through all this material, and I'll tell you, some of these got me really fired up, like excited and fired up. And it wasn't coming from the good guys. I mean, it wasn't coming from the bad guys. It was coming from the good guys, the ones that were there to push back. All right. And I don't know how many of y'all engage in the first fail world. I don't really engage there that much, only to do the media analysis, and for other people like myself who go there to find the information, right? But I'd imagine I can imagine my former life or whatever, but way back when I had a television or cable TV or all that stuff, and I was kind of checked out to the bigger things in the world, what they hear about this stuff. And if they hear anything about this stuff, if they even have an inkling of what's going on in Davos or what it is, I'd love to, that would be great if someone was to do like a man on the street or just a survey or something like that, just asking everyday people, just real quick, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever heard of Davos 2024? Have you ever heard of Davos, the World Economic Forum? What do you know about them? That's what I'd love to see that survey done. I bet if you go to your local, shopping, grocery store or shopping center or even a gas station or something, and say, hey, can I ask you a question real quick? Down to the ocean front, whatever. Mark Dice likes to do his on the boardwalk in the ocean front in California. And ask people, hey, you've ever heard of this? What the average person would say. I bet you they don't know a thing about this. What do you think about the UN's sustainability, environmental sustainability goals, right? Are you for those? How many people will be like, yeah, they're great. Yeah. That's what would be interesting. But the surrender mindset is like when you know, but you decide that you're not going to do anything. You say, yeah, it's all corrupt, but I'm just going to wuss out over here. That's a surrender mindset. And it is a tool. It is a goal of the establishment to get people to surrender. So as savvy and as sophisticated as people are who think that I got it all figured out, I know everything, pish posh, right? But then they do absolutely nothing, and then they say all the wrong things. They don't participate in any kind of solution actions. They don't commune with people who are active in resisting, right? Instead, they create bigger distractions. They don't realize it. They're kind of like the people that on the street I was talking about who've never heard of it. They don't realize it, but they're actually helping the this global establishment reach their goals. And so I say, hey, look, vote right, vote with the anti-establishment. That would be help enough for right now. That'd be help enough right now. And maybe just spend a little bit of your time every week, pushing people to content that will help them learn, that will give them the option to resist. Just a little bit of, hey, we're all here together. Just to let you know, I'm not in a position to be in the front line with you guys. I'm not in a position to have the time to commit to all this stuff, but I will do more this year. I'll do a little bit more this year, and I'll definitely do as much as I can to stay out of the way. That's really what it's about. That's really what this conversation's about. It's about people who don't want to get involved, not necessarily getting in the way of those who are involved, but kind of partnering with them in a sense, right? So that they're not actually helping the establishment, but they're not actually having to get fully involved, right? It'd be nice if they were. I mean, I get it. It's not for everybody. There's the fighters, and there's the ones that can't or don't, or it would be a liability if they did. But the bad part is if we were to all be surrendered, when the shit hits the fan, those people that were surrendered they're gonna go out there and try to pretend like they know something at that time and maybe cause a lot more trouble than they want to. It's a complicated subject, but it's kind of like a first veil perspective, but it's more of like a second veil, but just compliant. However, enough about that. Let's move on here. We're going to get to the Davos meeting here, and let me see how we're going to start this. I was just a little bit of time talking about that. I know that when I play those, I get some issues here. I'll tell you what. This is what we're going to do. Let me see here. Okay, hey, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. And let's see. Arlene says we had a ranch in Wyoming and got hooked on elk meat. Oh, elk meat, huh? I bet you can do all kinds of things with elk meat. I would like to try some if it's really good. I'm sitting here devouring jerky, no crickets. Awesome. Sadly, most people are clueless about what's happening and don't want to know as long as they are comfortable. Yeah, well, that's surrendering, isn't it? Actually, surrendering is knowing, but then this, believing you can't do anything about it, or maybe it's overblown, or maybe it's not as critical. Like for some reason, instead of their survival instinct is to surrender instead of to fight, right? So they think if they surrender, then everything will be fine. But let me tell you something. What they probably don't want to know, or they're in denial about. When you have that digital currency, right, and you have that, you're committed to that, and then if the rest of it, like we talk about, the cloud and pivot strategy works out, they collapse the welfare system, or they collapse the job market or anything like that, you get this universal basic income, maybe another lockdown of something. Then when they have you on the hook with all that stuff, they can just take away that money. They can fine you, micro fine you for everything you do wrong. Remember, like that movie with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. They're in the future, Demolition Man, right? And whenever he would swear, okay, he would get fined a credit, and they'd be listening to him all over the place. Ding, you have broken the social contract or whatever it's called. and then they would fine him. That's a micro fine, right? So they got access to his bank account because they own the bank account, and they own the currency, and they own everything else, and it's all digital. So now you're on the hook for insta fines, right? Demolition Man, awesome movie. Yes, insta fines. We should watch that sometime. You should watch that sometime on old school Watch Bright Sunday. This Sunday we're gonna do. We're getting the climate hoaxing. I call it green lighting, gaslighting. And we're gonna start a series on that. So we're gonna start getting into the environmental stuff. And then we're going to watch Porky's. And you know what that means. If we watch Porky's, we got to watch Porky's too next week. So next 2 weeks, Porky's. Yes, we should watch Demolition Man. I love that movie. Him getting toilet paper was hilarious, right? Yeah, he didn't care. I guess he was getting paid good. You ever heard about cell providers adding troublesome text fees? Yep, that's something new too. Or like, there's something, somebody getting cut off. Yeah. Heard it yesterday. There you go. So there's the very beginning of stuff like that. Now we've already been conditioned to microtransactions, right? This world, we live in a world of microtransactions where do you guys have a lot of microtransactions on your accounts? I mean, boy, do I have a lot between all these different AI websites that I subscribe to do the content, even, it's this here, this there. Even StreamYards, right? I have a monthly fee for that. Subscription fees, right? Everything subscription. We've talked about that before in the Open Conspiracies series about the subscription state. Well, it's just also going to be microfines. So microfines will be next, and they're going to be working up to that. I'm sure we'll be hearing about it as time rolls on, but that's definitely on the agenda. But that right now, the important thing is those CBDCs, those that central bank digital currency, right? Because when we get everybody on that, and it's all on an app, right? We're steps away from those microfines. They're coming around because then we'll just take it right out of your bank. So compliance from your local banks are all part of the central reserve bank system, right? The Federal Central Reserve banking system, and they well then it's like, well, yeah, we'll just fine you, or they'll add it to your taxes at the end of the year. They'll find a way. Believe me, they'll find a way. They will find a way. And this is a way that they will help fund their great new utopia and their stakeholder capitalism utopia. We can see all the pieces coming together now. That's what I'm talking about. We have 6 years with this agenda, and then there's going to be an agenda 2045, right? Because they have this 2050 kind of thing going on with population. We've been covering a lot about their population agenda as well. It's so funny because 10 years ago, people would have been, they called you all kinds of crazy names when you brought this up. They're not going to do that. There's no way that's going to happen. No, you're crazy. No. Denial. Instead of just, consideration. Maybe. Let me hear what you have to say. Let me dig into it myself. Let me give you some benefit of the doubt. Let me look into it. No, you're just crazy. Nothing's going to change this great, narrative I live in. I get fees of 56 cents up to $1.25 for purchases that go against terms and conditions. Sucks, but I do it anyways. Really? How do you get fees for purchases against terms and conditions? It is pulled off my disability. Well, there you go. Microfines are already out there. I did not realize that you're getting microfined for off your disability. That is nuts. Tell us give me some examples in the chat. I like to pull them up and talk about them. That is nuts. See, it's already there. It's already there. But just imagine it everywhere. And then when you got your phone on you, everybody else has got their phone on you. It's listening. You got cameras that are listening, whatever else. The cameras that are watching, listening, AI helping in the background as a useful tool, right? That can be programmed to do whatever someone tells it to. You can then do the fast assessments, scoring models, scoring, and then that can then be hooked to your bank account, which can then bing, microfine, right? And then when you reach a certain score level, this is social credit scores, right? Then it's about, can you get a flight to this place? Can you rent this car? Will someone deliver something to your house? This restaurant requires you to have this certain level of social credit score. So you're going there with your family, and then boom, all of a sudden yours is too low to go in with the rest of the family. And yeah, your night out is ruined. That'll teach you to behave, right? That'll teach you to behave. So yeah, that's what these guys we're talking about tonight want. And this is how they're going to get compliance. Full spectrum dominance. Let's see what we got here. The $1.25 was for a set of books by Rabbi Jonathan Cahn. And does it literally say fined for terms and services violation? That is nuts. You heard it here first, guys. If you haven't heard it before, there it is. Micro-fined on her disability for going against terms and conditions. And I applaud, and everybody applaud Arlene's resistance. Sorry that you have to lose your money over this, but I do applaud you for refusing to not be yourself. Refusing to take the knee, if you will. Bravo. Rock and roll. All right, guys, we're almost done. We're getting ready to hop over to, getting ready to leave and just be exclusively on the free speech platforms. I'll tell you what, like I said, I'm gonna be trying to keep my weekly YouTube. This is technically a weekly show, a weekday show here. The weekday shows to under an hour on YouTube. And then we're going to be exclusively finishing and wrapping up shows on Rumble and X. And by the way, that reminds me, I need to throw this out there. I did not do that yet. Or did I and forget? Doesn't matter because I'm going to do it again. All right, here we go. There's the full stream links. For anybody, choose your favorite place to go watch the rest of the show. And it's right there. And hey, I hope we get to 300 tonight. That would be so great if we got 300 on Rumble tonight. We're only 4 away as far as I know right now. I'm going to check here in a second. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here on the YouTube side. I appreciate it. Now we're going to get into the action and all the content reviews and all the stuff that the updates I promised over on the Rumble and the X side. And if you so choose to do so, please join us over there. The links are in the chat and in the description of the video. And if you decide just to go off from the YouTube and do some entertainment tonight or watch something else over there, thank you for being here for the kickoff show, if you will. And I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you next time. And catch the rest on the rewatch over on the Rumble side or the X side. Rewatch crew rocks the house. They do, as does this crowd. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go.
Man, everyone's tensed up for a Rumble.